Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6B because they just released a lot of information about the season, a little teaser with the release date, as well as a synopsis, some casting news. So really cool stuff today. We're going to go through it and talk all about it and talk about what we can expect in the second half of Season 6. Obviously, before I do get into it though, general spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with the show. And then also, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe because we're going to have a lot of content coming up leading up to the extra 6 episodes of The Walking Dead. And then Fear the Walking Dead is going to start right after that. So a lot of Walking Dead content coming up. If you're a fan, be sure to subscribe. But other than that, let's get into it. Alright, so I'm very excited for the second half of Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, super excited. I mean, the first half of Season 6 has been really amazing. Like, each and every single episode has been good. So, very excited to see where it takes us from here. I think the character arcs are great right now. The story, the villain, the end is the beginning people, which we still haven't learned that much about. I believe the second half is going to be focusing on them a lot more. We'll talk about that throughout the video. But they released this little teaser. You can see, I mean, there's no footage or anything like that. It's just like an announcement teaser. Pretty cool animation. You see like a leaf growing out of a walker. But then, and you see Morgan in the background. I'm pretty sure that's Morgan. And it says April 11th is when it's returning. So that's actually 1 week after season 10 is officially done, the final episode of those extra 6 episodes. So that's really exciting. You know, that's gonna be 9 episodes, so we're gonna have a lot of Walking Dead stuff coming up. I'm really excited. I made a video a couple days ago, or it was a little bit, I'm sure it was like over a week ago now, but they released a little teaser showcasing all their 2021 stuff, and they have a lot of Walking Dead stuff coming up this year, so pretty excited for it. But I want to talk a little bit about this you know, like this 9-second teaser. I don't know if I'm looking into it too much. You guys let me know what you think. But the animation of a leaf growing out of a walker, I don't know if that's symbolizing something, especially with the end is the beginning thing. I don't know if that's saying something more than it is. I'm thinking if it's saying something like, you know, new life is forming, especially with the whole end is the beginning thing, you know, because the end, walkers symbolize the end, and obviously plants and leaves symbolize the beginning. So the end is the beginning. I don't know. When I saw it, that kind of jumped out at me. We'll probably talk more about that in a separate video. I don't want to, you know, talk about, you know, like a whole theory right now. I want to talk about the news we got, but just a quick thought. You guys let me know what you think about that. But I don't know. I do think that is interesting, that animation of a leaf growing out of a walker, and their whole, you know, thing right now is on Fear the Walking Dead is the end is the beginning. You guys let me know what you think about that. But yeah, April 11th is when it's returning. We're gonna get 9 episodes. So remember, it only had the 7 episodes in the first half, so we're getting 9 episodes actually the second half. So that's pretty cool, honestly. I was worried for a second they were going to do like a 7 and 7 type thing, but we're getting 9 episodes, so that's really cool. And then also we got some news that season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead is going to be going into production soon. And actually going back to that thing I was talking about earlier, that little showcase video of all the 2021 stuff, they did include Fear the Walking Dead season 7 in there. So we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be later on in the year, so that's gonna be really cool. We're gonna get 9 episodes of season 6B, and then we're gonna get another 8 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. Maybe I mean, there's a lot of Walking Dead stuff this year. I'm interested to see how they're gonna fit it all in. Because we're also getting season 11 A later on this year. But so let's go ahead and read the synopsis for the second half, because that's pretty exciting. It says, as Morgan's bid to free the remaining members of the group becomes bolder, Virginia grows increasingly desperate to find her sister and protect the settlements from forces working inside and outside her walls. The synopsis for Fear the Walking Dead season 6B reads, the second half of season 6 reveals the impact of what living under Virginia's control has done to each person in this group, who once saw themselves as family. New alliances will be formed, relationships will be destroyed, and loyalties forever changed. When everyone is forced to take sides to discover the meaning of the end is the beginning. So that was really cool. We'll break it down in a second, but I wanted to say this is from comicbook.com, obviously. I'll leave a link in the description for the full article if you want to go check it out. But yeah, that was a pretty big synopsis. So let's talk about that. So it definitely seems like there's going to be some sort of big battle going on between two sides here. And the group, it looks like it's going to be splitting up. Now we know Morgan and Strand right now are sort of on opposite sides. Well, Strand is playing both sides. So I do think maybe the synopsis isn't going to be like I don't think, I know it sort of gives us the hint that some people turn bad, which maybe they will, but I do think at the end, things will be okay, at least for like the main core group. Like I know right now Strand is doing some things that is definitely questionable, but he's playing both sides, and I think that's what it's referring to as relationships will be destroyed and loyalties forever changed, because maybe even after this, people will have a hard time trusting Strand. Some people, like what he did in the finale, pointing the gun at Alicia. He's already doing some pretty big things. So I think that's what it's definitely referring to, moments like that where characters are going to have to pick a side. Even if they're playing both sides, they run that risk of, ruining relationships. New alliances will be formed. That kind of makes me think we're going to maybe get some new groups in here. Because we do have quite a few number of groups like in the show right now. Like we have Virginia's people, the Rangers. We have, the main core group. We also have the people that Dwight ran into with the masks. And then also we have the end is the beginning people. And then in the trailer at the very end, we had that one guy who was talking to Alicia saying that, I've been looking for someone like you. So we do have a lot of people on the show. So I think that's what it's referring to. New alliances will be formed. Oh, and we have that group that was in that building in that Dwight and Alicia episode, or Dwight and Althea episode. So we do have a lot of people, and I think that's what it's referring to because, this kind of reminds me a little bit of the Saviors and Negan. But the thing about The Walking Dead is that they had three, communities. They had the Hilltop, Kingdom, and Alexandria. On Fear the Walking Dead, they just have like a group of people who are traveling on the road. So they have to make alliances with new people that, that aren't really on the show yet. But the end is the beginning people, that kind of seems like the big end game for the season, So even like Virginia is sort of scared of them. I don't know if they would help Virginia or they would help Alicia's group. You guys let me know what you think about that. But I wouldn't be surprised if what if Virginia and Alicia, their groups, form an alliance to fight against the end is the beginning people. Because it says here, when everyone is forced to take sides, they discover the meaning of the end is the beginning. And also, that's the next thing I want to talk about. What do you guys think that means, the end is the beginning? I mean, they have done a great job teasing that. I mean, they've done a really great job with this season because even though they're teasing that big storyline that's probably coming up, the current storyline is great. Like Virginia has been a great villain, I think. The actress is great. It just that episode with her and June, when June had the chance to kill her, that was really great. That was a really great episode. I mean, it's all been great episodes, but I think Virginia is a really good villain and the Rangers are really interesting. But while we're watching this main storyline, they've been hinting and teasing this end is the beginning thing. And that could mean a lot of things. I mean, it's tricky. Something that's sort of lingering in my mind, which I wouldn't bet on it being the thing, but I wanted to discuss it, is I can't help but think of maybe this is related to the bigger world of The Walking Dead. Like, what if this is related to the CRM? In the end is the beginning. What if it's cure related? I don't know. I mean, I think about that because of the saying, the end is the beginning. But then I kind of think about what they're doing, and it's not really, it's kind of weird what they're doing. They're just spray painting the end is the beginning. They're really obsessed with Virginia and the keys. So I don't think this group has anything to do with the cure, but I just can't help but think of that when I think of that saying. But you guys let me know what you think. And then again, that animation of that leaf growing out of the walker, it kind of like, I don't know, for me it kind of symbolizes like there's going to be change or something. But you guys let me know what you think about that. I think this is going to open up a great discussion. What does that mean, the end is the beginning? What do you guys think? But the synopsis is definitely making it seem like that's the big end game for the season. You know, like once everyone, once everyone is forced to take sides, they discover the meaning of the end is the beginning, which is why I kind of said that I wouldn't be surprised if Virginia and the Rangers and Alicia and her group, they form together and they go deal with the end is the beginning people. You guys let me know what you think about that. But in terms of casting, so they haven't released the character's name, but we got 3 new cast members. John Glover, who's going to be playing that character that we actually did see at the end of the trailer, who's speaking to speaking to Alicia. And he seems to have a pretty big role. I mean, that was definitely an interesting trailer. He was saying something like, I've been looking for someone like you for a very long time. And then we have Nick Stahl and then also Keith Carradine. So again, they didn't release which characters they were playing. And then they also announced that Aisha Tyler, sorry if I said any of those names wrong, is going to be directing episode 13 of season 6. So looking at that cast, they all look great. They've all been in great stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I mean, Fear the Walking Dead season 6 has been on a roll. Each and every single episode has been really good. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Lots of things, in question, especially with that end is the beginning people. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you're excited for the season, and if you are, what are you most excited for? But that being said, I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos, just be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.